We continue with our weekly breakdown. Saturday's opponent is the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. The Bears have been a bit up and down of late, lost 3 in a row, but all those 3 were on the road.
Yeah.
Come back home to Shuford Memorial, and the Bears win 3 in a row. They beat you pretty soundly. Worst loss of the season for Carson-Newman, 68-56, back on December 14th. How much does that stick with you getting ready for Saturday's game inside Holt Fieldhouse?
Well, I mean, our kids won't forget that, and has it been something that's been firing us since then? No, it's not. You have to play games, deal with the result, whether it be a positive or a negative, and then you got to move forward. And when it's time to address that particular game, you go back to it. Thankfully, we've played LR once. We know what they're going to do. We know what they do historically, their trends. And Wednesday night, after we play LMU, then I'll start focusing all of our efforts on LR. But we know their cast of characters. We know what they're about, and it's really getting them on a Saturday, short turnaround time for them. So it's not like they're going to be able to do a whole lot of major adjustment or anything come into our game on Saturday. So I think we'll be ready come Saturday.
The 1-2 punch, as it has been pretty much most of the year. R.J. McClure will parry with a little passing thrown in there by Jarvis Perry, no relation to Will.
Yeah.
How do you slow down, especially an R.J. McClure who we've seen can go off for 52 on the team this year?
I mean, he's one of the most improved players in this league. He's a tough kid. He's an intelligent, high IQ player. He's invested there. He's been there for 4 years. I don't know whether it's because of the history of the teams or whatever, but he's played solid against us, man, and has had his nose right in the mix on multiple levels. So it'll be tough. It will. But between McClure, Perry, Rob Noyes is sort of a new guy that's crept into the equation. Alan Jones, a kid that's been there for 4 years, and they'll come here ready to play. But I say that, and I like my team too. I mean, I think that our guys get really excited when we get to play here, knowing that we've got 5 of 6 here. Just it allows to sleep in our own beds and sort of potentially get into a little bit of a rhythm here.
LR, a team too that really has been the only team in the league to lock you down defensively on a consistent basis since you've been here. The only team that you haven't scored more than 70 on. Is there something that Lenoir-Rhyne does?
I don't know. It's sort of bizarre. I wish I could figure that one out. But they're sound. They're just sound. They're patient offensively. They are solid and sound defensively. They don't give up easy shots. They've had guys with size around the basket that limit easy shots. You don't get easy shots in transition. They do a good job of sort of crowding Ish Sanders and Antoine Davis. They're like most well-coached teams. They try to take away what you do well and what you do most of the time, and they try to force other people to step up. And if you think about it, we played them 3 times last year. First time we played them was down at their place.
Mm-hmm.
Next 2 times we played them here in the regular season, in the tournament, beat them the 2 times we played them here. We've played them there early this year. So, I mean, some of it I think could be that they're catching us early and we've not sort of put it together yet. Now we'll get them, here a little bit later in the year, and hopefully we're better now than we were then.
And yet, this is the one that really blows my mind. Ish Sanders and Antoine Davis have not had a 20-point game against Lenoir-Rhyne. And you and I have talked each week. Ish has gone off against somebody in his career. Antoine has gone off against somebody in his career. LR has, I don't want to say put the shackles on them, because they're still scoring 17-18, which is pretty solid. But usually you can find a 20-point game in there between the 2 of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's bizarre. And, again, I wish I could say what it is, but they do a good job. They're sound. They're solid. John Lentz is, just an old guy that's been around a long time, seen it all 16 different times, 17 different ways, and they put together a good plan, and their kids execute the plan. So hopefully we can focus our time and attention to them Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday, and do the same. Have a great plan, have great practices and preparation, and then we get to Saturday and are excited to execute on both sides of the ball.